Okay. All right. So this is webinar number 3 for our current list, our current folks on Tools2BFirst. Last time we had the webinar, we talked about really the Detail Report 2 tab, going through some of the details on sales velocity, looking at your best-selling families, how many, what the stock is on each floor, and stock in the warehouse. Today I want to focus really on the inventory piece of the sales analysis file, and really spend majority of time walking through the order tab. So again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to interrupt me, but again, we'll focus on the order tab. Again, just to kind of reiterate, we have made changes to the layout of the sales analysis file. We've added a table of contents page. This will be the first tab on the far left, and kind of split the group here into basically sales and merchandising and inventory tabs. And then the actual tool name itself, the grouping, whether it's a family or store or vendor, and then basically getting high-level guidance on when you should use each of these tabs. Again, the intent is to not, you'll receive this file every day, but the intent is not to use it every day, because just the amount of information here. Really, the plan would be to try to set up a schedule. You look at a certain number of tabs on a schedule, so you're again not looking at all the information every day. So again, we'll focus today on the order tab. So again, there's hyperlinks here. So again, you can see at the bottom, you don't see the order tab. So again, just easy to navigate through here. We'll click on the order tab. It'll take me right to the order tab. And you'll notice that the default will usually be on, well, the default will be on mattresses from a category standpoint, and non-special orders. So I guess we'll go through a couple examples, and we'll start with mattresses since we have that selected here. So I'm going to really just go to the order button, order products, and so this is going to generate a new spreadsheet, and on that spreadsheet there'll be basically a tab for each mattress vendor. And again, you can do this by different categories. You can also do this by vendor. I guess I would say most companies will probably order on a vendor basis. They don't look at maybe on a category as far as when they do the ordering. But we'll wait for this to come up here. There we go. Okay. So again, you'll notice that this opened a new spreadsheet separate from the sales analysis file. The idea is that you can basically say this is a new file, basically an ordering process where you select the vendors or the product you want to order, print this out, and then actually go enter the order. So the other point from a default standpoint is the lead time in weeks is always going to be set to 2, whether you select mattress category, upholstery, etc., or if you select a certain vendor. So again, basically the lead time we're looking at is the lead time you need for that particular vendor, as well as how many weeks of inventory you would like to have on hand. So in this case, we're saying with the default we want to have 2 weeks of lead time plus 2 weeks, or essentially 2 weeks of inventory of mattresses. Okay. So now we're going to hit basically click to sort. And so what this does is basically it's sorting the list. It's going to tell me how many of each product to order, which is in this column S here. Basically gives you the order quantity. So first thing I'm going to do is take out all the blanks, basically remove the blanks here. So it generates that list. So what it's saying is basically I need to order 225 different products within the mattress category in order to maintain that 2 weeks of inventory. So in this case, we'll start with this first one here. Again, it's a protection item here with montage, but basically this is saying that I need to order 19, order a quantity of 19 for that item. And basically they're saying there's there's none in the warehouse against protection, so it makes sense. But let me look at a better example with the, that's protection there. Pillows. Here we go. Maybe the third one here. Okay. So this is again, you'll notice going back to the spreadsheet, the tab on the far right is labeled all, means it's all vendors, all mattress vendors. If you want to look at just one select vendor, you can do that. For example, Serta here, it'll give just obviously the Serta items to order. So in this case, this Serta with the item ID, it's a queen mattress. What it's saying, there's two in description 2. In this case, it's shown it's been discontinued by Serta, by this back order status. And then it's shown here in this case, we have 2 in the warehouse for this item at this cost, and we have 1 on order with that PO number, the order date, and then the order due date here. This rate per week is saying, again, we're selling 6.1 of these per week on this mattress First Queen. So a total, if you combine in column Q, it's looking at the total of the quantity in the warehouse plus the quantity on order. So that gives you the 3 there. And again, in this case, based on having a 2 weeks worth of inventory, it's telling you to order 9 of these queen mattresses. That basically equates to order cost of $585, and obviously the 9 to order, and additional information on the item ID and barcoding information. So again, it's going to generate this list based on quantity, so it's sorted by quantity here. So the largest quantity item at the top, and on down the line. So again, it's telling you to order 225 total pieces of merchandise within the mattress category in order to maintain that 2 week of inventory. Okay, so that's one use of this tool. Basically, it's an order tool. Again, you can select your certain vendors you want to. If you, say for example, on Monday you order Serta and FlexSteel, you can go back to the actual sales analysis file and order tab and select here in the vendor ID. Select the information with, for example, FlexSteel and Serta, as opposed to the whole mattress category. Again, that was one use of the tool. The other use is, let me clear this filter here. The other thing you could look at is maybe items that have been discontinued by the store. Generates a list of all the items that have been discontinued by the store. So obviously you would like to exclude those when you do the order tab or ordering information. You can also look at your list of discontinued by manufacturer. Again, this is going to be, since we have the all tab, we're looking at all mattress vendors here. Is in this list here. Another good use of this tool is looking at your overstock. So we'll sort this smallest to largest. So basically this is saying that you have, in this particular example, 1,494 pieces that are overstocked with an overstock cost of $223,892. Again, it's going to list the sorted by the largest quantity at the top. That's the way we sorted it. So this twin program here, twin mattress kit, we have 297 overstocked, which is here. So again, this is a good use of maybe items that you want to possibly put online for clearance or a move to the clearance area to try to essentially basically get rid of the overstock quantity.
So, Brian, this is Kyle here. A negative number there means that you are overstocked then?
Correct. So in this case, this twin, you're overstocked by 297 based on that 2 weeks of inventory.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. And let's see here, look at this. Bed frame. Let's look at this bed frame. Again, it's actually overstocked. So you have 16 that are overstocked at $572. Okay. Again, a good use of this just to look at the overstock and move it to clearance, basically. Okay. Another key piece of this tool is looking at your best-selling quantities. So I'm going to go to the rate per week here. And I'm going to sort from largest to smallest. Make sure I'm at the top. So the purpose of looking at this view is you want to make sure you have stock either in the warehouse or stock on order of your highest selling items. Again, we're looking at mattresses. We'll look at another vendor here in a few minutes. But again, in this case,
And when we look at, let's look at just CERTA.
okay.
So let's just go to the CERTA tab, and we'll just look at what's CERTA bestsellers,
Okay.
and which ones are in stock and which ones are not.
Okay. So we'll go to, so I'm back on the CERTA, here on the CERTA tab. I'm going to go to column P for rate per week, and I'm going to sort this from largest to smallest. Okay. So, but this is your highest, your best-selling items for CERTA. So in this case, it's this Mattress First Queen is your highest, and actually it's been discontinued by the manufacturer. Shows you have 2 in the warehouse. Cost information, you have 1 on order. There's your PO number, your order date, and order due date. And essentially you're selling 6.1 of these per week within your business, as an example. So if you add, again, the warehouse plus the on order total, that gives you the total of 3. So again, this is your highest selling item, and you have 1 in the warehouse, actually 2 in the warehouse and 1 on order. So that's good in order to maintain that 2-week inventory. We go to the next one, this Mattress First Twin XL. You have 5 in the warehouse, you don't have any on order, and you're selling 3.8 per week. So the fact that you have in the warehouse is good. So, but it's still telling you to order 2 in order to maintain that 2 weeks of inventory. In this case, the third one, the twin mattress, 0 in the warehouse, 0 on order, and you're running through 3.7 per week. So this is the case where your third best-selling CERTA item where there's nothing in the warehouse and nothing on order. So that's why it's telling you to order 7. So again, it's been discontinued by the store as well. So we can exclude the discontinued by store and discontinued by manufacturer, and just looking at the okay to back order. There's another view to look here. We'll look at that list here. Okay. So again, this is a case, if we look at the warehouse and on order, this is your third best selling CERTA item as far as the okay to back order status. You have 0 in the warehouse, or 0 on order. That's why it's telling you to order 3, and you're selling 1.9 per week. So could get in a bind here if a customer comes in looking for that particular item, and you don't have any in the warehouse or any on order. That's why it's telling you to order 3 in this case. Next one's okay. You have 4 total in the warehouse and on order. You have 3 here, 3 here, 2. Again, the idea is just kind of give you a view, kind of go through the list, The top list, make sure your top sellers, you have either in the warehouse or on order. Again, you can see the next tier, there's one or two in the warehouse in each of these cases. So you get down further down the list where you have 0 on the warehouse or 0 on order, but you can see your sales velocity at only 0.3 per week. In this case, it's based on that. It's not telling you to order any. Any questions so far? Again, the other point here is to show you the summary at the top. So again, we're looking at CERTA. It tells us basically we have 124 total in inventory of CERTA items in the warehouse with a cost of $41,512. We have 12 total items on order from CERTA at that cost, $3405. And as a vendor with CERTA, we're selling 35 per week of all CERTA items. That's our sales for the last 365 days. That's the weeks of inventory that we have, 2.9. And again, it's telling you to order 8 total items here from CERTA. Gives you the overstock summary there and overstock cost.
And if you have cubes in your system, it's also going to give you the number of cubes. So if you're ordering a container of motion furniture or whatever, you can identify how many pieces will actually fit on a container. So then you can just max out your order to make sure your container's full.
Again, several uses of this particular order tab. Basically, it can give you a printout of what items you need to order based on maintaining a certain number of weeks of inventory. You can also look at your overstock quantity. And then also it's a good tool to check to make sure that you, based on your best-selling merchandise, that you have stock either in the warehouse or on order. As well as looking at maybe items that have been discontinued by the manufacturer or discontinued by the store. All right, we'll look at, so again, in this case, this is all the mattress vendors. And again, we can save this, and you can print it out, save it to your hard drive and print it out later to actually go input the order into your system. I'm going to go ahead and close this spreadsheet, and I'm going to select.
So right-click in the bottom table there and hit refresh.
Okay.
Down one more row. Move your cursor down one more before you right-click.
Oh, got it. Okay. Just refreshing this here. Again, these are large spreadsheets, so sometimes it takes a while to refresh here.
And Kyle, have you been using this order tab at all, or is Sherry Lynn doing all the ordering for you?
She has been doing most of the ordering for the furniture, but I could really see where this could be very helpful with the mattresses. That's more of my domain, and So I'm going to really kind of dig into this. This is some really, really good information. And I have not, to answer your question, I have not used it a lot. I have used the sales analysis, the other tabs, but the order tab, I never really got a firm grasp on it. But this is, I could see where this could be very, very helpful.
Yeah, it really tries to take the guesswork out of what mattresses they have in stock, and helps your inventory control and try to make that order process very, very simple. You just put in the number of weeks you want, and it kicks out how many to order, and you're done.
Right. Yeah, I think, we're going through that Mattress First changeover right now. Actually, all the new stuff just got set yesterday. So I think I can commit to using this going forward and just kind of have a fresh start with all the new items that are there, and then just kind of see how it goes. But I could see where this could save a lot of time.
Good.
Okay. The other thing, while we're looking at this, we have also a hyperlink for table contents. So again, instead of scrolling all the way back to the left to get to your table contents, you can click on that, and that'll take you back as well. So I'd like to mention that change as well. So let's take a look at FlexSteel. Okay. So again, I've selected FlexSteel and non-special orders or stock orders. So I'm gonna hit order products. So in this case for FlexSteel, I'll bump this up to, let's say, 4 weeks. And I'm gonna hit click to sort here. Okay. And then I'm gonna scroll to the right. Again, like I mentioned before, looking at the mattresses, there's a lot of different great uses of this particular order tab. Again, you may have a different sequence of way you want to view it, but we'll take a look at the order quantity. Again, we'll remove the blanks out. So again, this will give you all of FlexSteel stock orders. Basically, it's telling you to order a total of 15 pieces from FlexSteel. And overall, you're selling 6 per week as your sales over the last year. And then the total cost to order those 15 items is $10,452. So love seat, power reclining sofa, another power reclining love seat. So again, you can see here there's obviously just a FlexSteel, since we only selected the FlexSteel vendor from the sales analysis file. So I'll select all here, and then again, let's take a look at the overstock quantity. Go smallest to largest. So overall, we have 480 total pieces overstocked with FlexSteel. So again, it's going to put the highest number on top. So the swivel gliding recliner, we have 11 overstocked with a $3,575 cost. Next one, 8 at $3,760, 8 at $3,080. The total overstock quantity is the 480, and then total overstock cost there of $176,657.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, this is Oscar from Furniture.
All right. Let's go back to the rate per week here. From the largest to smallest. Again, we want to look at our best-selling FlexSteel items, and again, make sure that we have items on order, either on order or in the warehouse. And really the key to look here is this column Q. So it gives you the total summary of items that are in the warehouse or on order. So again, looks pretty good here, the fact that these are all non-zero. That's why it's not telling you to order any, because you have, again, items in stock, with the exception of this one here, in order to maintain that 4 weeks of inventory. Okay. And then you get down here, we start seeing a couple of zeros here, so none in the warehouse and none on order. That's why it's telling you to order one of each of these here, because you're selling basically 0.5 per week of those items. Okay. So again, gives you the total there to order 15 Flex Steel items. So let's just, for example here, let's see what happens when we increase this to 8 weeks. So again, it tells us to order 15 based on 4 weeks. It's going to tell us to order 86 if we want to have 8 weeks of inventory. So you can, again, adjust these lead times. Obviously, your lead times are going to vary vendor to vendor, so you want to have the capability to adjust that. Make sure you have the right amount of weeks of inventory on hand. All right. Any questions? Any other questions?
With regarding the order priority tab, could you explain that a little bit more?
The order priority column?
Column, yeah, I'm sorry, not tab.
Yeah, so that is going to sort this list by what the system thinks is most important for you to order. So let's say that you're looking at this Flex Steel order, and you don't want to commit that $59,000 to this order in 86 pieces. Say we only want to do the top 20 pieces. Then it's telling you that the way this list is sorted, you're going to order the top 20 on that list. So you're just going to start at the top there, order the first one, order the second one, keep going down until you hit your limit as to how many you actually want to order. But that's going to say, okay, on the sales rate and based on what you have on inventory, those are the most important ones to order.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Right. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Again, so it created a new spreadsheet. This is for Flex Steel. Again, for example, if you're going to order Flex Steel on Tuesdays, again, you can go to this sales analysis file, select Flex Steel on the order tab, and create this spreadsheet and click to store it. It tells you how many Flex Steel items to go order. Okay. Anything else on the order tab? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's really all I had to cover today for the sales analysis piece of this inventory. Again, there are other inventory tools. Just point out quickly here. These blue items, we have the MTO. So again, that can be created from the detail report tab. So again, just scrolling over to the right and putting in the quantities here for store 1, store 2, store 3, and then basically you go to the MTO and it'll create the MTO list and print this out, and then you actually go enter the MTO. But this is a great way to summarize, give you a complete list of items for the MTO, material transfer order. The open to buy obviously is the inventory as well. Again, quickly kind of gives you the total summary. Basically, looking at what your target is, and again, this is flexible based on what you like to target from a percent of sales standpoint. Typically, most clients are in the 15 to 20% number. It gives you, in row 4 here, your current available nailed inventory, any damaged material you have, and then any stock on order. So basically, it's looking at your target, your actual inventory, and taking out the damage and stock on order. So in this case, a negative number means you're already over target and should not order anything at this point. And again, it gives you how much inventory you have on each floor, how much total in the warehouse, and then your total inventory, your total sales, and your total inventory turns and warehouse turns over the last 365. Again, this gives you generates these trend charts. This is we're looking at the Open to Buy tab within the Sales Analysis file. Give you a daily trend of how much you have on order, your total inventory turns, warehouse turns, how much you have on the floor, each location, and then gives you here at the bottom basically a table. Now we're looking at by category, and this list is going to be sorted by your by the total inventory here. So in this case, upholstery is the highest inventory category, 1.1 million. Your sales, total inventory turns, and warehouse turns, and how much you have on order. And then if we want to look at a snapshot of all vendors, so we're looking at all vendors, all categories. Again, same thing with the category table. This list here is going to be sorted by your vendor that has the highest inventory total. In this case, it's actually at 1.1 million. So again, it's looking at inventory across each location, each floor, and then adding to that the amount of inventory that you have in the warehouse. So yeah, this is a key tool within the Sales Analysis file as well. Those are the key ones from an inventory standpoint: Open to Buy, and then the order one that we just went over.
I have a quick question. It's Bill. When you were showing stock by location, is there somewhere where you have actual plan in place by location, so you'll see that a store is overstocked by $300,000 and we need to execute transfers or liquidate?
Yeah, absolutely. You can put in goals or targets by category or by location and be able to look at that compared to where your target is. Absolutely.
Yeah, for example, we can set a target by category, for example.
We don't have that showing in the sample data, but that is definitely available. We have a couple clients that are using that.
Great.
Okay. Any other questions?
It's amazing stuff. Amazing.
Good.
Good.
Glad to hear.
Okay. Well, this concludes the third webinar on Sales Analysis, Inventory Tools. Thank you all for joining, and have a good rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.